Alright, let's not waste too much time with this. Uh, I had a lot of issues earlier with my camera and stuff, and a lot of technical problems. Let's just move past that and let's quickly react to the trailer. This is not going to be much, it's just going to be reacting and then saying what I think about it. So let's move on. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys, I'll just be back. There seems to be an issue with the screen share. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that. There seemed to be an issue with the screen share, and we fixed it. Alright, cool. Welcome back, guys. Let's see. So right now, the probe is ascending to space. It seems that they opted to go for a satelloon rather than a satellite, and that seems to be a smart choice. So right now, while it's ascending to space, let me talk about what I want to talk about. So I'm only doing the stream for a short amount of time, so I can cover the basis for this trailer premiere. And in all honesty, I think this is going to be one of the best Transformers movies of all time, especially if they adapt the story from the line continuity. Specifically, what I'm talking about is the history of the Prime Universe and also the War for Cybertron games, because in my opinion, those hands down had the richest Cybertron story. So yeah. Right now, we're just going to wait for this probe to ascend into space. It's not really a probe, it's more of a satelloon, but yeah. A probe would have had boosters. You can see right over there, there was a trail of multiple aircrafts. There's one right there. So yeah. It's great proof for around Earth. Ah. The fact that this film is the first animated film in, what was it, 10 years? 11 years. The first animated film in 11 years. That is absolute madness. The last time we had an anime film from Paramount, it didn't even go to theaters. Yeah, for real. Some people just go the Earth is flat. Oh yeah, and also this actually has a fisheye lens on the main camera, which is pointing upwards. So they're gonna be like, "Oh, fisheye lens. That's why the Earth is not round." But actually, this lens is not. This lens has barrel distortion, which means that right now the distortion's at the maximum. But as you can see, it's still round. The Earth is still somewhat round. There's a curve to it, even towards the middle of the camera. So like, there's your proof. I don't know why I'm trying to prove around Earth here. It's Transformers premiere. Anyway, so this is one of the biggest events in Transformers history. I think one of the only other Transformers events that could even come close to this was during the Bayverse. I think it was Transformers 3 when they had who was it? How can I forget this right now? Um oh, I need to check this. Oh yes, Buzz Aldrin, there you go. So there you go. I don't know why I forgot that. So yeah, the bigger event was when they had Buzz Aldrin appear in a Transformers movie. So that was pretty big. But this is 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, we did it again. Hi, Blizz. Killed killed our live audience again. I need to just be more punctual nowadays. Anyways, I need to also stop interjecting on the streams. This is very beautiful because this is one of the few times we've seen the Earth from a satelloon live. Oh, 50,000 feet. That's pretty big. If any of you know, there was a project called Mage 1 and Mage 2. Oh, okay. Yeah. Also, if you guys saw, it said D16 in Orion packs. So they are going for the original story, which is huge. If they're going with Orion packs and D16, that means they're really cooking something. And that's honestly very reassuring. I'm happy about that. So yeah. As I was saying, if you guys have seen the launch of Mage 1 and Mage 2, they were satelloons. Can't hear Hemsworth. Oh. Oh no, you guys can't hear my screen. Are you joking? I'm going to fix this. Hold up. 1 second, guys. Alright, seems like that has been sorted out. Very good. Alright, so since it's a Saturloon, that means I'll probably come back down at some point. Because once the pressure outside the balloon is low enough compared to inside the balloon, it should pop. Anyway, right now, I think what's most important is talking about the fact that they just revealed one of the biggest things they could for the movie. It listed Brian Tyree Henry as D16 and Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax, which means that we're going far back beyond even the relationship between Optimus and Megatron. We're going to their very origin stories. And this is huge because it's never been done, ever, on a show or even a movie. Forget a silver screen movie. There was a fan film that was being made on YouTube that was planning to do this origin story and stuff, and like more eloquently show the story between the Autobots and Decepticons during the War for Cybertron. But then it had to be scrapped because unfortunately there wasn't enough money in their pocket to afford making the show. And I'm really happy that, we're getting a movie now about Cybertron because it's been long overdue. It's a long premiere. I mean, the fact that they're launching it into space is so just on the nose. So it's like, well, yeah, it's a movie about aliens. Well done. I'm gonna be covering this trailer so carefully once I get my time to view it because I'm sure there's gonna be so much detail. The fact that they already revealed that D16 and Orion Pax are going to be the main characters rather than Optimus and Megatron, that's huge. And I hope they cover, things like the Omega Sentinels, which were a lot more, what's the best word? Obscure. And even since they have Alpha Trion, they could be going in the direction of the original G1 story rather than the comic story, because the comic story involved him going down to the center of Cybertron, where he acquired the Matrix, which is how he became Optimus Prime. But in G1, Orion Pax was repaired by Alpha Trion, which is why he became Optimus Prime. And since they have Alpha Trion and Orion Pax in this film, I feel like they're going more in that direction, just from, an educated guess. But there's also the fact that there's Sentinel Prime, who was not there in G1, but was there in the comics and the Align continuity, and a few others, but not G1. And he throws a whole wrench in the mix because he could either be the previous Prime before Optimus, who just dies, which doesn't make Optimus the first Autobot. So it's a very murky story, I guess, until we get to see the trailer. Because we don't know whether it's going to be a story where Optimus is the first Autobot or where he becomes the leader of the Autobots. In the Align continuity, it was somehow both. In the Prime timeline, he was the first Autobot, and in War for Cybertron, he was the first Autobot leader after Zeta Prime, I think it was. I do not remember. Zeta Prime. So yeah, like I said, it's very murky waters. Let's see what direction they go in. Maybe they say that he isn't the first Autobot. Maybe it's just that simple. But I don't like it being that cut and dry because I don't know, it just feels a little weird that a story in which Orion Pax is involved, he's not the first Autobot. Because, for example, in War for Cybertron, there was no Orion Pax. He was just Optimus. And you got the Matrix. So he was never Orion Pax. Which is why it is a different, canon in my head. That there's a universe in which he's Orion Pax and he's the first Autobot. And this universe in which he's Optimus or Optimus Prime, and he is the first Autobot leader since the one before him, who was the first Autobot, probably. I mean, it depends on which continuity. But yeah. There it is, the biggest star in our solar system, the sun. So right now it seems like the Saturn has rotated almost 180 degrees because it's gone from being against the sun to now being facing the sun because it had light landing on it rather than being a shadow. So yeah, seems good. This is it's just so wonderful to watch, in my personal opinion, because for one thing, it's literally a Saturn ascending into space. So it's the most beautiful sight of just the Earth. But also because this probably is the biggest premiere for a Transformers movie in history. I don't think there's anything that even came close. There were bigger things that happened in a Transformers movie, like, celebrities or stuff like that. But this is the biggest thing that happened in the premiere. In fact, usually the premieres used to just be... Not really sure what the emojis mean, but I'm just gonna move on. Like I was saying, the premieres just used to be just like red carpet stuff. Like you land up at the theater, and you're with like a very small selection of the audience who you sometimes not even include the cast. By the way, there were times where Peter Cullen wasn't even invited to the premiere of his own movie. I think that only happened for Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts, if I'm not wrong. And he was invited for, I'm pretty sure they had a premiere for the first one, which he was invited for, which is the 1984 movie. But for the entirety of the Bayverse, he was never invited to the premiere of his own movie, where he was essentially the lead actor, voice actor. But yeah, it's quite unfortunate because I feel like he's always gotten the short end of the stick whenever it comes to anything to do with Transformers recently. Because when it came to the Bayverse, he was doing his best voice acting probably, but in a horrible, horrible movie franchise. And when it comes to the more recent films, he either didn't get enough time to shine, or the movies themselves weren't great. And he had only very little amount of time when it came to shows, because there was the original G1 show, which lasted 3 years. That's all the time he put into it. And then there was also the movie, so actually technically 4 years, but yeah, 4 years. And there's also a few others like Prime, Rescue Bots, RID, and I think there was also Power of the Primes or something like that. I don't remember. There were these like like there are these shorter shows that would just like be uploaded on the internet rather than just like a proper show that was just on like a streaming service or something, or like television, broadcast television. So, like I said, he always got the short end of the stick, which is honestly very depressing because he didn't deserve it. 1 second. All right, good to know. One second, guys. I'll be back. Yeah. Looks like a midday stream was really a bad idea. But honestly, not only midday, but like evening stream. It's a little too early for me to do a stream, but I can't help it because for some reason Paramount thought it was a great time to premiere a stream on at 6 in the morning Pacific time. So they're on a different level of crack already. Love the content. Thank you, Agam. That means a lot to me. I can't believe I'm late to this stream again. It seemed like it was a very long, very long ascent, because I started a whole 15 minutes late, and even so, there seemed to be still 40 minutes remaining of the ascent. So I really do wonder how much time this would have taken. But yeah, we're nearing sub 10 minutes now, which is a big deal because that means in less than 10 minutes, we'll be seeing the trailer for Transformers 1. And this will probably be the biggest thing for my stream today. I mean, it's so crazy to me that this all started with just some acquisition of some Japanese toys, which they didn't turn into a show to advertise those toys. And now here we are, 40 years later, with a movie that covers the most obscure topics in this franchise. As I consider myself a very loyal Transformers fan, so even through the shitstorm that was Rise of the Beasts and Earthspark, I was still very optimistic, pun intended, that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. And I damn well feel I was right, because this might just be the first movie where the Transformers franchise is finally taken seriously instead of being the laughing stock of the entire collective Hollywood community. Yeah, it is animated. It's the first ever animated movie since the Transformers Prime movie back in 2013, but it's the first ever feature length. Sorry, not feature length. It's the first ever silver screen movie since the first one, which was in 1984. So yeah, 40 years after the original. I feel that live action wasn't really a medium meant for Transformers. It was a good experimentation to see what could be done, but unfortunately, things like Transformers or most superhero shows don't fit in live action. There's not much you can do with live action right now. At least that is easier than animation. So, which is why I always felt that stories are best told in animation because of how much can be told in animation. So it's a big deal to me that this is an animation because it shows so much more detail. Because in a live action movie, you could just sort of like film on a green screen or film anywhere in the real world to meet your certain wider perspective of what you wanted to achieve for the shot. But in animation, you're making the entire thing from scratch. So it's a lot more meticulous detail. So every single frame of the movie could have something that's important or something that's interesting, like a really good Easter egg or something. Well, actually, we got a really good idea because earlier in the stream, I think my audio wasn't working at the time, like not mine, the screenshot audio. They had both Brian Tyree Henry and Hemsworth had said that they were just celebrating 50,000 feet of ascent, and they were labeled with the names D16 and Orion Pax. So anyone who is a Transformers buff or has read any of the comics, they would know that D16 is a very dark path for the Transformers franchise because that name means a lot in terms of the world building of Transformers. So yeah, it's a huge thing because the whole point of D16 in the comics was to show two aspects of a broken society. slavery and racism. It was a really good story, but if I was to boil it down to the worst way possible, I could just say, well, yeah, in the comics, the Transformers story began with racism and slavery. And now here we are fighting a war that's a million years old on Earth. It's quite funny if you think about it, and honestly, I like it like that. I mean, there were reports going around saying that this was going to be a more campy movie than the rest, but the fact that they're having a name like D16 in the movie means that it won't be campy, but rather something a lot darker. Wait, let me just read some messages. You will do a breakdown of this trailer later, right? Oh, for sure. So the last time I broke down a trailer was more than a year ago, I think it was. Yeah, easily more than a year ago. It was the first video I uploaded on my channel. And that's one of the most fun videos I did because even along with the breakdown of Rise of the Beasts, I enjoyed doing that because I like looking at the details, figuring out what's hidden, what isn't, and just, enjoying the movie. Okay, there's a lot that's been sent by icons. I'm just going to read a lot of this. I need to make this a bigger screen because it's becoming very hard for me to read that on a smaller screen. Okay. In the vast expanse of friendship's realm, where hearts connect and memories overwhelm, there shines a star, a beacon bright, guiding through darkness with its light. Shrey, a name that echoes grace in every smile, in every embrace, with laughter that dances like the breeze, and kindness flowing through the trees. So is this just a poem then? Because I don't think I want to read the entirety of it aloud, because that's a lot to read aloud. I mean, I'm just saying. Still reading it though. Thank you for that, Agam. Means a lot. So, guys, less than 4 minutes left for the premiere of the trailer. I'm honestly really, really excited. Yeah, she probably would be. I've seen better things like there was a meme going around a long time ago saying a phrase before was is, and the whole joke was that every single English teacher basically passed out after hearing that phrase. Originals. Wait, so you're watching I need to make this bigger, it's killing my eyes. You're watching a whole movie? No, we're not watching a whole movie, actually. This is the premiere for Transformers 1, and it's a huge one. Oh, my chat just moved for some reason. There you go. Let me fix that. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, it's a huge premiere because they're launching a Satelloon into space. And along with that, they're going to be showing us the trailer for the movie. So, this is one of the biggest premieres of a Transformers trailer, not even a movie, a trailer in history. So it's pretty huge because no other Transformers trailer has ever gotten this kind of popularity, probably other than the Rise of the Beast trailer, which became the number 5 most viewed trailer across the internet in its first 24 hours. Oh, I did not see that. Thank you. Whoever did that, 1 second. I'm going to mute myself. Just a minute. All right, we're back. We're reaching sub 1 minute, guys. in less than a minute and 7 seconds, we're going to see the trailer for Transformers 1. And I can't wait to see this because they have not revealed anything about the designs or the story or even what they're going to be doing for the landscape of Cybertron. So it's huge. Do I have a donation link? Unfortunately, no, I don't. For now, my donation links are closed because neither am I getting any money out of this, nor am I putting any money into this. So I don't really see the need to have any donation links open. Less than half a minute, guys. This is going to be pretty awesome, in my opinion. I do too, at some point, hopefully. Unfortunately, I have not been nearly consistent enough to.
All right, Transformers fans, it's finally
Okay,
time.
that's for later.
Don't move. The Transformers 1 trailer starts now.
All right, let's see. Okay, that's too cool. That was way too cool. Holy crap. Okay.
So,
That's the designs?
I'm not talking to him. You know what? We are so screwed.
Thought you weren't talking to me.
You two, come with me. Report to Waste Management.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on some
Oh,
names.
B127.
The one right now is Badassatron, which is actually pronounced Badassatron.
Wonderful.
I'll call you B.
That works.
I know we're just lowly worker bots who can't even transform. Don't you want to see what's out there?
Oh man. It's 3D as well, so this is huge. 3D animation is just so beautiful.
It's dangerous. Why'd you bring jetpacks? If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you.
I accept those terms.
Oh, you can see that Peter Cullen's actually doing like an American accent. Fun.
The surface.
It's beautiful.
Alien planets. Nope.
You have proven yourself worthy.
Oh, this is actually pretty nice.
Take these and access your full potential.
What?
Show them we are more than meets the eye.
Oh my god, he said the line. He said the line, guys. That was too good. Brilliant timing.
Where's my head? How do we
Wait,
use
oh.
these things?
So wait, those are T-cogs. That makes so much sense. Alright. So those were T-cogs.
Guys, that's not
Oh, the stream had to lag now? Are you kidding me?
good.
Okay.
We've got these
This was a great time for the
powers
stream to lag, huh?
Let's use them.
We stand here together.
I hope they don't collab with Fortnite, in all honesty. Because it was not great.
Oh, I got a battle mask! It appeared with this guy. Knife hands? I have knife hands!
I can see that.
Okay, so this is great. So it seems that they're going even deeper with the comic story, where they don't have T-cogs by
Shut the
creation,
door.
but rather it's like
It was already like that, right? Yeah.
it was added later on.
Yeah, it was already like, yeah, that's right.
John Hamm as Sentinel Prime is such a good cast. I have to be honest. There it is.
Transformers trailer launch in space.
That was precious. That was absolutely precious. Man, that was too cool. That was too damn cool. Well, guys, that was the entire trailer. Transformers 1. What are you guys' thoughts? I think that everything about it was amazing. It looks amazing, but I think the only thing that's a little off for me right now would be the voices. I think that just takes a little bit of adjusting because I'm so used to Frank Welker and Peter Cullen that I can't imagine any other voice in my head for Transformers. So this actually is going to be one of the best movies because they've gone so deep into the lore for this franchise. They've gone to that whole section of the story where they're tackling the whole thing to do with how T-Cogs were not actually a part of Cybertronian biology. They were added as organs, but they're technically genetic mutations or genetic engineering, more accurately, and not a part of their actual biology. So that's going to be really cool. Anyway, I'm definitely going to break this trailer down frame by frame to analyze all the details I could possibly muster. That video will be going up in some time, probably a week and a half or so. I'm not really sure. I will have to see. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in my next stream or video, whichever happens first. Peace out.